One day, in a small cave in the distant west, hey, get a move on! This is rough going. What's with you? You're gonna whine about it now? Let me think, wasn't it you who wanted to explore this place? Saying you'd found a new cave and all. Yeah. It just happened to be swimming by in the sea when I spotted this cave. I didn't expect it to be a dungeon this rough. I thought a different team would be a good change of pace, but you're pathetic! So much for being Mr. Big Shot Blastoise. What? Call me pathetic, will ya? What you've seen of me so far is nothing. Never underestimate Blastoise. Ha ha ha! There! You're still feeling feisty. That's the spirit. I think we're getting close. Let's keep it going. Oh, so you did that to motivate me. Thanks. No problem. Let's move. What's wrong? Are you still wiped out? No, that's not it. Just now, did you hear something? I thought I heard a voice. No, I don't hear anything. Is it you? Who disturbs my sleep? Is it you? Who's there? Who are you? Show yourself! Me? I was engineered. Created only to fight. The most powerful of all Pokémon. Yeah! The next day. I've always wondered, who would be the most powerful Pokémon of all? What? There's someone besides Rayquaza. Is that it? But sheesh, Rayquaza destroyed a star. Wow, Buffett! Who else but Rayquaza would be able to do that? Wow, Buffett! That's who. But there's Groudon. Isn't that tough? Is that true? Why, even Alakazam's team couldn't defeat it. Wow, Buffett! Legend has it that Groudon shaped the continents. It's an incredible Pokémon. Wow, Buffett! Hey, you came along at the right time. We're having a little argument about who the most powerful Pokémon happens to be. Chamomile, what do you think? Who do you think is the most powerful Pokémon? Me! Well, I know you want to become tougher, but, I hope you never give up chasing your dreams. I heard this story. Somewhere in the world is a Pokémon that was made for fighting. A Pokémon made for fighting? Yep. They say it has so much fighting power. All it can think of is defeating anything it meets. That's a rather savage Pokémon. I shudder to think. Where might such a horrid Pokémon be now? Rumors say it is storing its power. They say it is sleeping in a dungeon somewhere. That rumor, it's true. Charizard and Blastoise! Oh my gosh, what happened to you? They're hurt bad. What exactly happened? Ugh. It's what Why Not was saying. We were wiped out by that Pokemon. What did you say? Gah, there's no mistake. It said it was made to fight, but that Pokemon's power, there was nothing fake about it. It really was the most powerful. Charizard, are you okay? There is a cave far in the west. It's there. I never want to go back again. Oh my gosh, Blastoise went down too! They need help now! I'll go get someone! Wow, it really exists. A Pokemon that tough. But, you know, we now know that Pokemon is in the Western Cave. I still don't feel like going out there. Going anywhere like that would be way too scary. I'm scared too. Wobbuffet. The cave shunned by all out of fear. The Western Cave is now open for exploration. The next morning. Off to quite a start, wouldn't you say? Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Last time, we triumphed over Ho-Oh at the summit of Mount Faraway, and this time, we have our next objective. I don't think there's anything more pressing than that. Sorry, Purple Kecleon. It's not because we have any bad blood between us, I swear. We're just not gonna take on your objective right away because this sounds a lot more pressing. 24424 is my total amount on there. Right away, I would suggest not packing necessarily for a long haul, but perhaps packing just stuff that you would want for a strong boss fight. You'll understand given a little time. For instance, I'm not gonna really go all in on the apples. I think maybe 3 of these things would be more than enough for anything that we would ever need, and I'm mainly packing that many just in case we get some good rare qualities from some starving Pokemon. Hey, have you heard about the buried relic? You're long behind on the times there, bud. Wow, all you can think about is treasure in a time like this. You know, Blastoise and Charizard are right over there. They're out of the infirmary fresh. They were just in yesterday. That was really rough. In front of him, all I could do is be frightened. I never want to go back to such a place, ever. Thanks for treating me. I'm slowly feeling better. But that Pokemon's power, there was nothing fake about it. I felt for the first time this thing called fear. Can't believe Charizard came back looking like this. I understand that this Pokemon holds scary amounts of power, but I feel like there was something more to its power. What kind of Pokemon is the most powerful Pokemon in the Western Cave? Alakazam, what do you say? We better investigate this burglar situation. Y'all have very weird priorities. I know you're really smart, but I'm just saying. Spinda has something important to tell us, but I think that can wait for later because that's related to another story arc, and I'm trying not to derail from things too much. The Western Cave is now open for exploration, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool looking. I think Nightshade's gonna come with us once more on this particular journey. Just sounds like a really good Pokemon to have for this, and I think with that, we're gonna depart. The Western Cave is unlocked immediately after recruiting Ho-Oh. That's your prerequisite for this dungeon. Pretty straightforward, and I like it. It's teeming with lots of Psychic-type Pokemon. And I'll definitely show you those Pokemon, the ways to recruit those Pokemon in particular. We have some more Pokemon that have been characters in the story up to this point, if you ever wanted to recruit those, such as little Why Not here. Now, the Western Cave is a dungeon that has changed quite a bit, and in fact, so was Mount Faraway. In Red and Blue, Mount Faraway was 40 floors, and in DX it was up to 60. Well, the Western Cave was made quite a lot easier. In the original, it was 100 floors long. And it was necessary to beat this place to unlock some pretty key stuff that was admittedly quite a lot easier than this place. And in the remake, only 20 floors, filthy casuals.
It's pretty much the same as Solar Cave, really, with the types of Pokemon that you find in it, its length, the items that appear here. It's very similar to that place. A lot of Psychic-type Pokemon, and just all around a very similar dungeon. In Red and Blue Rescue Team, this was also a good place to go to get vitamins. It was kind of the equivalent of the Buried Relic back then, and keys could also be found on different floors. In this, there's been a strong foe added in the form of Zangoose, which can, of course, be shiny. Just be on the lookout for that one if it's ever on the dungeon selection. And there's no hidden items to find in DX. It's been simplified quite a bit, and honestly, I welcome that. I always thought it was kind of lame that you had to go through this really hard dungeon to unlock some very normal things, when really, the 99 floor dungeons that are meant to be super challenges really should be saved for the end, and it wasn't that way. Additionally, there were some other things. In Red and Blue Rescue Team, this was where you found the Beauty Scarf, which was the item necessary to evolve Phoebus into Milotic. Kind of a prophecy of how Gen 5 would end up doing things many years later. There was also Blastoise that could be found wild in this dungeon, which I didn't mention it before, and we saw it in Mount Faraway. Blastoise gives the highest experience yield of any single regular enemy, tied with Wailord and Mantine. I highly recommend fighting as many Blastoises as possible while there, just to get some cheap level ups. I know I say leveling up isn't very good, but you know, if the level ups are essentially free, then you might as well go for it for as long as possible while you're there. As long as you're not hurting for survivability and can totally take on the rest of the dungeon. With all that taken care of, I think that about covers everything you'd ever want to know about Western Cave. It's gonna be a pretty short journey today while we prepare for the big fight. I'll see you in a few minutes. Oh, hey, Kangaskhan! Not a particularly great Pokemon, but one capable of Mega Evolving. Now I'll see you in a few minutes unless I get interrupted by something else in a few seconds. An observation I've made is that there's max ethers everywhere. I have never been more than, well, okay, I guess I have been more than 5 away on one Pokemon's PP, but on my particular moves, I've never been more than 3 below my max PP at any given time for any of my moves because they're just everywhere. Every item has been a max ether, and I certainly welcome that, so I can always use my moves and train them up really easily. Oh, hey, look, I was 4 below on one of my PP on one of my own moves. I made a liar of myself. Oh, hey, who's in the house today? Who's in the house? Wigglytuff in the house! Gimme. I always wanted my own Wigglytuff. I rented a Wigglytuff yesterday, and now I get to keep one. Funnel fun! I can't imagine a more Wigglytuff ability for Wigglytuff to have. Oh. Is that a perfect apple? Tell me it's a perfect apple. It's a big apple, damn it. I just want to point out that double slap did over 500 damage per hit. Protein. Perfect thing to down just before a big fight. Oh, I'm gonna be getting the workout of my life here. Oh, another one. Is this floor just rich with this stuff? Because if so, I might want to look around a little bit. You don't see two things like that close together every day. Searched the entire floor and found nothing else. Guess I was just lucky. Down these stairs is our fight. Was it you? Who disturbed me in my sleep? Was it you? My name is Mewtwo. I came into being only to fight. I have secluded myself here in suspended animation. Would you like to know why? It's quite simple. If anyone such as you were to come along, I could defeat them at full power. Come on. With you choosing to live in the Western Cave, I just gotta say, this cave ain't big enough for the Mewtwo of us. Yes, this is seriously the loser who is challenging you. Aura Sphere, ooh, that's a fighting type special move. That benefits you quite well. We're gonna open up by chucking a status at you. Been a while since I've opened a fight like that, and we really should be doing that whenever possible. Sleepy City. Good, I am starting to get the hang of using these hands. Mewtwo, as you would expect, is quite powerful. It's a Psychic-type Pokemon with pressure for its ability, double PP usage once again, has very strong special attacks. And believe it or not, a surprisingly influential, what are you doing using a ghost-type move there? A surprisingly influential Pokemon to the terminology seen in this game. Whenever a Pokemon Mega Evolves but doesn't have Mega Evolution, it's called an Awakened form. This name is believed to have originated from the first time that we, the public, ever laid eyes on a Mega Evolution Pokemon. This was in the movie Genesect and the Legend Awakened, which featured Mewtwo and it Mega Evolves. Speak of the devil, there it is right now! Mewtwo Mega Evolved into Mega Mewtwo X! Gotta have that emphasis, otherwise it doesn't quite have the same effect. Mega Mewtwo X is a psychic fighting type Pokemon and has strong physical attack as well as strong special attack. At least in the main series here, it's kind of not really the case because stats don't really matter all that much. Its ability in this form is Steadfast, making it so that if it ever flinches, then it just gains an increase to its speed. But anyway, its Mega Evolution form, which is not this, it's actually Mega Mewtwo Y that I was referring to, was the first time that we ever saw a Mega Evolution Pokemon, and it predated the term Mega Evolution, in fact, and was just referred to as Mewtwo's Awakened form in the movie. I can kind of see that, and again, Pokemon, we love it when you reference tertiary stuff, we really do, it's very cool. And I like that we kind of had something like that here. Really should do things like that more often. That was it. Wow, man, I hate to tell you, but you were a letdown. Rayquaza was way tougher. Now that I've beaten you and Rayquaza, I knew I wasn't lying out there in the plaza. Team Rosethorn's courage in the fierce battle left an impression on Mewtwo. You can now access the Cryptic Cave Camp, and Mewtwo is level 70 and is guaranteed to join with the rare quality Steamroll. Cause why would Mewtwo have anything other than the best? This hits through any negative damage modifier and hits for at least normal damage no matter what the enemy's type is. And abilities, it hits through those too. Out of all the things that rhyme with Mewtwo, I can think of nothing more dangerous than those assholes who forcibly downloaded their album to my iTunes library one time. Chamomile, whoop, successfully made it through the Western Cave. Good to know. Bronze dojo ticket and a silver dojo ticket. A lot more Pokemon by our side, and perhaps some other things have happened too. Next time on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, we move on and see what other adventures may await us now that we have taken on the so-called most powerful Pokemon of them all, self-proclaimed. See you guys then.